We got a game number 7 in Major League Baseball. Who loves to hear that? I do. And it's sandwiched in between 2 football games. It's the perfect Monday night to get down to business, win some money, and have fun handicapping these games. But as we take a look, Joe, and try to find the edge, the books are going, yeah, we don't have any edge. So what do? Hit that dartboard, throw it up against the wall, and it goes, minus 120 sounds good. 7.5 sounds good. Let the people get after it. It's George Kirby versus Shane Bieber. For how long? We don't know. It's all hands on deck. The craziest of crazy environments is like when you have like end-all, be-all games in the NFL, right? It's a playoffs, one-game playoff. Okay, well, Patrick Mahomes doesn't get pulled in the second quarter, right? You know, Jalen Hurts doesn't get pulled in the second quarter. You ride it out, you let your best starters start. That's not the case in Major League Baseball. As hard a handicap as you're going to find, Joe, is going to take place tonight. So that's why we need the big guns. It's Donnie Rightside and Joe Ranieri. What gives tonight? Seattle and Toronto. Flip your coin. It's coming up heads or tails, Joe. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Bieber seemed to have figured some things out the last time he pitched in this series here in a pretty important game as well. And boy, yeah, the Mariners hitters kind of scratch and gave up, I think, a run or a home run early. And then he settled in, and all the pitches he wasn't able to locate previously, he figured that out. And he's going to need to be that good again here tonight against Seattle. Listen, Kirby had been very good until, of course, the last time he pitched in this series, and he wasn't very good as the bats of Toronto came alive. To me, Donnie, it's simple. It's home run or bust for Seattle. Toronto can hit for power just as much as Seattle can, but they have an ability to be able to win other ways. The 3 errors last night by Seattle are concerning. Toronto is the better defensive team. They hit better average. They get more guys on. You know, that to me is the difference in this series. I think the pitching is going to be a wash. They're just going to throw everybody and anybody out there to give them a chance to win this. But I think ultimately this isn't going to be what Detroit and Seattle was for 15 innings. This is going to be, there are going to be runs scored in this game like the previous 5 games had been, Donnie. It's 7.5. How are we looking at anything but the over again here?
It's hard because, again, you look at that game number 7 where you don't really know what happens and every out is magnified, which sometimes you say to yourself, well, Donnie, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know, a game played in, let's just say, July or August. It's like, okay, runner on second base, nobody out. We're not bunting this guy through. We're going to get some base hits. You're going to see a lot of outs and productive outs for the winning team tonight because sometimes it's not, Joe, you got to go yard and that's all we can do. It's, all right, I got a guy on second base with nobody out. Let me hit a sac fly to right field, move that guy to third base. Let me hit another sac fly to get that guy and 2 outs given up for 1 run to be scored. That's what I'm interested in. But also understand this, like the psychology, Joe, of this series has been incredible. You take a look at the first 2 games in Toronto, Seattle smokes them, goes back home. It's like, we're never getting back, even for a game 6 to be played in Toronto. And you find yourself in a game number 7 because of all that momentum, once again, back on your side with a big performance last night. 6-2 game on Friday night, but it wasn't as if you had an unbelievable performance out of the plate. Eugenio Suarez hit 2 home runs. 1 was a grand slam. Credit that. But that game probably should have been under 2-1 or even headed to extra innings at that point, and it certainly wasn't. So I look at this game and say, the momentum is clearly on Toronto's side. If you're just betting this game and say, flip the coin, home field advantage is a big advantage to have. Staving off elimination last night and riding it tonight, like even without the handicap side of it, Joe, I am going with Toronto tonight as being able to win this. Never thought I'd say that after the first 2 games.
Crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. I mean, call me nuts here, but again, I'm telling you, the ability of the Blue Jays, who have basically offensive statistics, Donnie, they are dominating Seattle across the board in the postseason and have played 1 less game. So it's not like Seattle's the better power hitting team. They have just as many home runs as Seattle, if not 1 more, I think now. So to me, this is all about the ability of guys to not strike out. How many times did Seattle strike out last night? 13 times, Donnie. If you don't put the ball in play, good things don't happen. That's exactly what the Blue Jays do. I'm with you. At home, they've been the best team there all season long for a reason.
Yeah, you take a look also here. The total 7.5. We'll see where that winds up, but we are starting to see some of this movement here. BetMGM is at minus 135 right now. I don't know how much higher the line can go over 130 because there isn't a distinctive advantage either side, and you're basically playing
Yep.
for home field advantage at this point. But for me, again, I do think Seattle wins. The total is very interesting to me because I'm always with you, Joe, in this series. Just look at the way it's gone since game number one. Over, 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 over. So what changes tonight? And all it takes sometimes is one swing of the bat in that first inning with a guy on base, and it's 2-0, and away you go. But also, the longer this game goes, Joe, without scoring, the tenser it gets, and you love to see that as a fan. Good luck tonight watching that game. If you're a fan of Seattle, Toronto, we'll certainly be watching along. What a show, what a show, what a show, people, on a Monday. This is how to start your work week. This is the way to get down to business. This is how you get caught up so you can hang around the water cooler. But also, when you listen to us, we still like to listen to you, the viewers, as well. How do we do that? With our Fade the Public poll. Ah, yes. We like to reach out to the public, see what's on their mind. Some people ask, well, how do you do that? Well, you just got to go to X and follow at SportsGrid, our account, and we ask a simple daily question here on the early line each and every day, which comes at roughly around 6 a.m. Eastern. It was easy to have a decision today on what question to ask. Why? Because we got a Game 7 in Major League Baseball in the ALCS. The question we asked to the people today was, who do you think will win Game 7 of the ALCS? There's only two choices, people. It's the Mariners, it's the Blue Jays. No line included. Just pick the winner, Joe. It looks like the public, and I agree with, it's going with the Toronto Blue Jays at close to live 64.4% of the votes coming in on those Jays up there in the 6.
Well, I mean, listen, they have been in many aspects the more dangerous team, right? Outside of a couple of home runs here, Seattle has not been a better defensive team. They have not been, certainly from a momentum standpoint here, it's all Toronto, and Toronto's going to be at home where they've been the best team in the American League all year long there. So there's no reason to think that Bieber's not going to go out there and piggyback off of his best start all year long, which was what, in game 3 in this series? It feels like that's exactly why you went out and traded for him. It feels like it might be destiny here, and Seattle might come up just a little bit short.